Now, crypto right now is being pulled into two completely different directions. Now, on one side, behind crypto and Bitcoin, markets are getting some of the biggest bullish news we've seen over these years. But at the same time, tensions are rising between the US and Iran, which are creating more fear across the global markets. And this combination is creating absolute chaos in crypto right now. So today in this video, we're going to be breaking down exactly what's happening with the US and Iran, why Bitcoin is reacting the way it is, and the biggest crypto stories you need to know right now. So let's get straight into it. And now, first things first, let's talk about the US and Iran situation, because this is currently one of the biggest reasons markets have been acting very nervously recently. Now, tensions have been increasing again after negotiations and ceasefire discussions reportedly stalled. Now, if you're actually wondering why crypto traders even care, it's very, very simple. So whenever we get a geopolitical conflict in the Middle East, investors immediately start worrying about oil prices, inflation, and possibly of a wider and a more chaotic conflict happening. Now, once these fears enter the market, risk assets usually get hit first. And of course, this does include crypto. So every time a major headline drops, Bitcoin reacts almost instantly. Now, you'll see sudden price swings, panic selling, and volatility across the market. And this is all part of this whole situation. And now here we are looking at Bitcoin, and this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So even with all this uncertainty, we haven't actually seen Bitcoin, collapse, which is very, very interesting to see, because I think previously we would have seen this happen. But this is something that's very interesting that's happened right now. So it's been actually holding relatively strong in this low 80,000 to high 70,000 level. Now, this is actually getting a lot of attention because analysts are actually now talking and starting to argue between if Bitcoin is slowly evolving in to more of a macro hedge asset or not. Now, basically, instead of behaving like a risky tech stock, Bitcoin is starting to behave more like this digital gold, which we've referred to in many previous videos. Now, another huge reason Bitcoin is staying strong right now is the institutional money. We are still getting the ETF inflows, which are still pretty strong. Now, big firms are still buying, obviously, and the large investors are treating dips as buying opportunities instead of reasons to panic. Now, at the same time, crypto is also getting one of the most bullish developments that it's had in many, many years. Now, actual regulatory progress in the United States. Now, for years, the crypto industry has been stuck in this uncertainty. So nobody really knew which coins were securities, which ones are commodities, or how crypto would really be regulated. Now, lawmakers are actively working now on legislation designed to create clearer rules for the industry. Now, the reason this matters so much is because now institutions don't necessarily hate regulation. What they hate is the uncertainty. Now, once rules become clearer, big investors become much more comfortable in entering the market. I mean, it makes sense by itself. And now finally, we're going to be taking a little look into Ethereum. Now, Ethereum has been performing pretty well lately, and it's mainly because investors are becoming more optimistic about staking, so ETF and institutional adoption, but the market still clearly prefers Bitcoin right now, and that is very, very important because when investors get nervous, they usually move toward safer crypto assets first. So instead of throwing money into random meme coins or speculative projects, most of the capital has been concentrating into Bitcoin and Ethereum only. So that is why this doesn't still feel like a true altcoin season yet. The market is still slow. We have a lot of geopolitics and a lot of tension within the market and the economy in general. So I believe as we go further into 2026, we'll definitely see some more developments happening. So either it's positive or negative, we'll see that effect on the market itself. And overall, crypto right now is basically caught between these two massive forces. So one side we've got institutional adoption, ETF demand, better regulation, and a growing mainstream acceptance. But now on the other hand, we've got war fears, inflation concerns, oil price volatility, and global uncertainty. And that combination is creating a market that's bullish long term, but extremely volatile short term. So expect sharp moves, expect emotional headlines, and expect a lot more uncertainty moving forward. But at the same time, crypto is becoming more connected to the global financial system more than ever before. And honestly, that might end up being the biggest story of them all. Now, I want to know what you guys think. Do you think Bitcoin is actually becoming this digital gold that everyone's talking about? Or do you think crypto is still acting like a high risk asset? And how do you think the US-Iran situations affect the market moving forward? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. There'll also be a link to Evedex, which is the exchange I use for all of my trading. So if you guys fancy, you can drop in on the next live and check it out for yourselves. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the videos, because there'll be a lot of important things coming. Now, hit that like button, it'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.